Is your law firm showing up in the Google 3-pack? Maybe you're asking, what is the Google 3-pack? And why is the Google 3-pack the most valuable real estate on the internet? All of these answers and more on today's podcast. How to get your law firm's website to the top of Google, Part 3.
Get ready for real-world insights from real lawyers on growing and managing a thriving law practice. Here on Small Firm Forum, the premier podcast devoted to small and solo law firms with your host, Rob Malone.
So basically we've talked about is that there's two types of Google search listings. There's the paid ads and the organic results. And if you remember in part 2 of this series, we covered how the organic listings get better click-through rates and convert better into, they have a higher conversion rate for clicks to clients, much higher than the paid ads. So there's basically two types of organic results. And there's the 3-pack and the website listings. So in part 2, we covered why 3-pack results are important when you're doing keyword research. So if you don't recall, just quickly, it means that it is the Google considers that a search for a local business. And if you need more clarification, you may need to go back and watch part 2. The 3-pack, also commonly called the map pack, is the section below the paid ads and above the web listings. 3-packs only show up when Google thinks that there's someone who's searching for a local business. And since the 3-pack comes above the website listings, it has a lot more value than the organic web listings. Also, the 3-packs will show the number of Google reviews you have and your average review score. So this is really powerful. If you've got a lot of reviews and you got a good average score, it's really going to increase people's likelihood of clicking through onto your website and hiring you. A high average score with a lot of reviews can be a game changer for your business, but that's a discussion for another day. Today, we're going to talk about how you get your law firm's website into the 3-pack. The first thing you'll have to have is a Gmail account. I would suggest you get a Gmail account for your law firm as opposed to using your personal Gmail account. If you need to set up a new Gmail account or you don't know how, just go do a YouTube or Google search for Get Gmail Account. Or if you need a second Gmail account for your for your business law firm, then just Google Get Second Gmail Account. The reason you need a Gmail account is because it's required to do the next step, which is get your Google My Business listing, commonly referred to as GMB. Now, if you already have a Google My Business listing, but you're not in the 3-pack, then keep listening because we're going to discuss how to optimize your Google My Business listing to get it in the 3-pack. So the first thing you need to do if you don't have a Google My Business listing is just do a Google search for Google My Business. And then you'll be taken, just click on the link for Google My Business and you look for a green Manage Now button. So what you want to do is click that button and then you're going to have to enter your Gmail address. And again, I want to emphasize, I think it's better if you have one specifically for your law firm as opposed to a personal Gmail. All right, so then you're going to have to enter your business name. Now note, it's really, really important that the business name you enter into your Google My Business is exactly how you have it listed on your website. So if you have like Jones & Jones PC, that's the business name you need to put in there. If you have, Jones & Jones Law Firm, that's what needs to be in there. Jones & Jones Attorney at Law. However it is on your website is exactly how you need to put in Google My Business. And if it's inconsistent on your website, clean it up. Make sure every page has your law firm listed exactly the same. That's going to be really crucial for you to get into the 3-pack consistently. Now, so you put in your business name and then you're going to click Next. All right, now it's going to ask you, do you want to add a location customers can visit like a store or office? I recommend yes. Now, the only reason you might want to put no is if you're working out of a home office and you don't want people to know your home address or coming to your home, something like that, then put no. But if you have an office, if you don't mind people coming to office or you don't care if they know where your office is, and hopefully, except for if you're a home business or something, or you're really ashamed of the office building you're in, just go ahead and put yes in there, okay? That's going to help you to get into the 3-pack. The next thing is you're just going to put in your address and then hit next, and then it's going to show you a that little button, that little icon on a map. So you need to verify that that icon is in the right location, physically showing where your office building is or your office is. And if it's not, you can just click on it and move it to where it is in the right spot. Now, again, this will only show if you've clicked yes to the previous question about showing your business. If you put no, you won't get the map option. All right. So do you also serve customers outside the location? Absolutely put yes. Put yes, yes, yes. Do not even consider hitting no. Put yes, and I'm going to explain more about this in just a minute, okay? Now, you're going to be able to add cities, zip codes, okay? This is the city name, town name, zip codes of other areas that you serve outside of where your office is. This is where we use all that research that we did in part 2, where we looked for that low-hanging fruit. Okay, so you want to make sure that you enter every city that you found in low-hanging fruit. So basically what this is, you put in your address and you're telling Google, this is where my office is. But now Google's saying, okay, and let's just say that your office is in Jonestown. So now Google's saying, besides Jonestown, do you serve any other areas? Are there any other towns or city? So here's where you want to put in the low-hanging fruit. Let's just assume that Jonestown is very competitive, and the likelihood of you getting in the 3-pack or in the first page of Google is going to be really, really hard. It's going to be a long, very tough process. But right next to Jonestown is Smithtown, and that one, is going to be easier because it's low-hanging fruit, for the reasons that we brought up in part 2. Or, there's, Fredtown next to there, and that's also low-hanging fruit. So whatever those low-hanging fruit areas, make sure you get every one of them listed. Now, again, the ones that are closest geographically to your office, to the address that you put into Google My Business, that's, the closer it is geographically to the address, the better. It's going to increase the chances of getting listed in Google My Business or in the 3-pack, okay? So in this case, and again, then pulling back from the low-hanging fruit that we found into part 2. So, the main city that the office was in our example was St. Louis. Some surrounding communities are Maryland Heights, Creve Coeur, Olivet, Bridgeton, Chesterfield. These were areas that had low-hanging fruit, so I want to make sure I get all those in, and then hit next. All right. Now, it's going to ask you to choose a category. What you can do is just start typing in, something like in this case, I started typing in lawyer, but after I got in law, you can see all the different options: lawyer, law firm, civil law attorney. So you want to kind of pick something that's appropriate for the main area. You can only pick one, so you want to pick the main area, either that is going to be easiest to rank for on Google, or that you want to focus your practice on. And so again, so if law doesn't work, like here I typed in attorney, and you see all the options that come up under attorney. A divorce, right? So if you're like a family attorney, family law, you can just put in divorce or put in family law or things like that. So just play around with it and find a category that is best suited for you. Now, you can change this later. So if you later you decide you want to change it, that's not a problem. But, just kind of look around and pick the one that makes the most sense at this point. Then the next thing is you're going to put in your phone number and your web address. And you have to have a web address to do a Google My Business listing, and I'm assuming that you do. Otherwise, why would you care about ranking on Google, right? So now, if you don't have a web address, you can set up a free one through Google, but I don't recommend that. Just go ahead and do it right. But I'm saying I'm just almost sure you have a website. It'd be hard to imagine that someone did in this day and age, nor can I imagine why you'd be going through all this training if you didn't have a website already. So now you're just going to finish and verify the business. So you click the finish tab button, and then it's going to take you to this, and you have a couple options. You may get, now sometimes you get the phone option, sometimes you don't, right? But I'm going to suggest, even if you get that phone option, go postcard by mail. This tends to be the best way to get you in the Google 3-pack. And I think the reason is because Google will physically mail a postcard to that address, and there'll be a code on it that you're going to have to enter later. So once you get the postcard, there'll be a code on there, and it'll give you instructions. You go into your Google My Business account, and you enter that code that's on the postcard to verify it. So this way, Google knows without a doubt that you at least have someone at that physical address. And so they just have a higher confidence level as opposed to a phone call that you're there. And it's just do the postcard. It's going to give you a slight edge over someone who would do the phone. All right, so now this should take you to a page like this, and you're going to click the Get Started. Now, here's where you're into your Google My Business profile, and you have so many different things, right? Over in the left-hand column, you got Post, Info, Photos. Up here at the top, you're going to have a thing that says Complete Your Listing, and then down here, it's going to tell you should be around 50% complete by the time you've gone through the registration process. But what we want to do is we want to get up to 100% complete. The goal here is to have the most complete profile of any of your competitors and to like double or triple what they've done. Google loves content and they love relevance, and they feel like the more relevant content you have, the better the user experience, and so they're going to be more inclined to put you up in the 3-pack over your competitors. All right, so we have a lot of different things we can do, but you can just like start going through. You can just go right under here and hit those things. You've got and then, you're going to have photos. So let me back up a minute. Okay. It's like over here, we have photos. If you click on the photos, it's going to take you to this section. You have all kinds of things you can do here. Videos, interior photos, exterior photos, at work, team. Just do all of those that you can do. The more you can do, the better. And it's really easy to add photos, okay? You just go, in fact, let's go back here a minute, and you see it's keep telling me to verify. It's waiting for me to get my postcard, right, with the code, and then I would click this verify button, and that's when I would put in the code to verify my business. So that's why you keep seeing this verify button up here, right? But so let's just say that we got into do a, maybe we're going to do a video. So we'd click on the video. Let's say we're going to do an interior photo, one of your office space, okay? Or you could even do like a courtroom, right? You could do the lobby of the courthouse, whatever. Don't, just put in a lot of photos. The more photos, the better, and try to keep them relevant. But they don't actually have to be relevant. Maybe you have a picture of you, on vacation or something, or you with a client, or, another attorney, or, I don't know if you want to put you and your judge on there. But anyway, I'm saying, just be a little creative. And so then what you do is once you select, again, let's back up here a minute. Once you select the area you're going to add the photo to, then up here, you just click this. Up here on the right-hand corner is a blue circle with a white plus sign. You're going to click that, and then you can either just grab your photo, drag and drop it in here, or you can click this blue button here and select a file from your computer. So it's super simple to add photos. You want to make sure to verify that your address is correct, and it has to be exactly how it is on your website. So here's the thing. This address on Google My Business is going to take precedent. If you have something different on your website, so let's just say on your website you have, instead of Lane written out, you just have LN period. You need to change your website to Lane, L-A-N-E. So when you fill this out, the easiest thing is just to make sure it's exactly as on your website. If you have inconsistency on your website, you need to clean it up. So some places you have Lane written out, in some places you have Lane abbreviated, you need to clean it up. Like let's say some places you have MO, the postal abbreviation for Missouri, and maybe some places you have Missouri written out. You need to, we'll go with the postal abbreviation because that's how you're going to have to enter into Google. But whatever Google My Business is showing for your address, you want that to match exactly on every page of your website. Okay, so because that's what Google, when they're scanning your website, deciding if they're going to put you on 3-pack, in the 3-pack or not, consistency in your website to what is on your Google My Business is going to be huge. It's going to be a factor because they've got, they may literally have hundreds of other law firms that could, be in there. So they are trying to decipher and pick out, well, which one is going to be the best, which one's going to be the most relevant. Your consistency is going to help you beat out your competition. Okay, so you can add your hours. If you have a scheduling software with URL that they can schedule appointments with you, you can put that in here. If you don't, put in your contact page URL there. Services, here you can add things like, let's say your main focus is divorce, but then under family law, maybe you want to put in, adoption, or other things that might come under that. Or maybe if, you put personal injury attorney as the main category, then under here you can put like, car accidents, truck accidents, workman's comp, whatever. So here's where you can add different things. Add a business description, definitely add that. Also try to think in terms of keywords. What are the keywords you're trying to rank for on Google, and try to add a few of those in naturally in your description. Don't stuff it. Just put it in one or maybe two references to that keyword. Try to keep it natural. So the other thing you want to do is you want to check out your competitors. So you're going to do, your Google search. So in this case, I put in Trial Lawyers St. Louis. And so this is the 3-pack. These are the companies coming with 3-pack. So what I want to do is I want to check them out. So all you have to do is just click on, don't click on the website icon. Just click on this area right in here where they're listed, and it will take you to their Google My Business page. All right. So like I click this, and then it's going to open this up, and here's basically the Google My Business page. Go down and you can kind of see what all they filled out. They've got right here, you see 27 reviews, 5-star. That's really pretty powerful. But then go down here to more, more photos. That's a thing there. If there's even there, sometimes there will only be 3 or 4 photos. But this is going to show you all the photos they have. So in this case, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 photos, and this is like a virtual 360 of the office building. And this may actually be Google generated from their address. I'm not sure. This image here is the same as here. So this company was the first listing in the 3-pack, right here. It wouldn't take a whole lot to outdo their Google My Business. So this is what you want to do. You take a look, see what they're doing, and then you want to outdo your competitors, have more content. Bookmark your Google My Business homepage, and then schedule 30 to 60 minutes a week to go through your Google My Business listing and add new content. Photos, videos, you can add posts to your Google My Business listing, whatever, just at least add one new piece of content every week. Okay, it might only take you 10 or 15 minutes, especially if you're just going to add a photo or two. Now, on your photos, on the file name, change the file name to include the town and, for the low-hanging fruit. So let's just say like, so maybe, Olivet, Missouri is the low-hanging fruit I'm going after. So I might just call the photo Attorney Jane Doe, divorce attorney in Olivet, Missouri. So I've got in the town and the keyword that I'm going for, and then you can do it for the other surrounding towns, Attorney Jane Doe, divorce attorney in Maryland Heights, Missouri, in Creve Coeur, Missouri, or you're kind of getting an idea. You need to get a divorce in Olivet, call Jane Doe at Doe and Doe, law firm, things like that. So, because it'll read the file names. You can also add alternate descriptions and things like that. Anything you do to work in those towns, those low-hanging fruits, and some of your keywords into the photos, be sure to do that. So again, just in a quick summary, get a company Gmail, get your Google My Business listing, complete your profile, and do more than competitors. Don't try to just do a little bit more. Try to do at least 2 or 3 times more. Have 2 or 3 times more content, and then just keep adding more content to your profile every week. And after you're in the 3-pack, still keep adding content at least once a month to stay there, right? Get way out ahead of your competitors. Make it really hard for them to catch up with you. You're going to find in most cases, it's not going to be too hard to out-content them on their Google My Business listings to get yourself up there and to stay in the top spot. So, go to, smallfirmforum.com for more content about, marketing and managing small law firms. I mean, this is the premier podcast and site for the management marketing of small law firms. So, go consume it, take it, apply it, go kick some ass, dominate your market.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Small Firm Forum. Go to smallfirmforum.com to leave any comments and check out the show notes.